This is how to become your highest self, identity work and self-concept. If you want to become the best version of yourself, if you want to glow up your life physically, emotionally, spiritually, professionally, in every single way possible, this is exactly what you need to do. This is the number one most important step if you want to reinvent yourself, if you want to change your life, and that is through identity work. And I'm going to tell you exactly how you can do this. I'm going to give you actionable steps that you can do right now as you watch me or as you listen to me. And hi, I'm Alexi Gigi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are listening on the Alexi Gigi podcast, welcome back. I'm so grateful that you are here with me today. And today, honestly, this is probably going to be one of the most important videos, one of the most important things that I talk about on this channel, because this is something that has transformed my life so completely, and I know that it will transform yours too. And this is deeply rooted in science and in quantum physics. This isn't just some manifestation fluff. This is the real deal. This is foolproof, and I'm going to give it to you straight. So this is what you're going to need. You're going to need your journal and you're going to need a pen. Now, why is identity work so important? Because your identity creates your reality. You will never go further than the limits of how you see yourself, because how you see yourself is your identity. How you see yourself makes up the opportunities, makes up the outcomes that you see in your physical reality. For example, if you are someone that constantly says like, oh my God, why do bad things always happen to me? Like, you just think that bad things always happen to me. Bad things are always going to happen to you because that's what you believe about yourself. If you're someone who constantly thinks, oh my God, I could never wear my hair up in like a sleek ponytail because I could never pull that off, you are never going to be a person that pulls that off because that's who you believe yourself to be. Now, I'm just going to give you an example of my own life and how I transformed my life with identity work before we get into the steps. Now, growing up in high school, I was honestly dealing with a lot of mental illness. I was dealing with depression, I was dealing with anxiety, and I was going through a very, very hard time, which I can talk more into depth about on another video. But this was like a very, very dark period of my life. And I identified myself as someone who was depressed. I identified myself as someone who was anxious all the time and bad things always happened to me. I was always with the wrong relationship. I just had bad luck. Like nothing went right for me in my life because that's what I believed to be true. I believed myself to be a depressed girl. I believed myself to be a sad girl every single day because of the history of my family of mental illness. But that didn't have to be my story. That did not have to be my reality. So what did I do? I killed that girl. You cannot have a rebirth if you do not have death. And what I mean by this is that I completely rewrote my story. So instead of being that girl that was depressed and that was in the hospital for 3 months, I am now 25 and a millionaire at 25. I was at rock bottom and I used identity work to get myself out. I did it to change my life, and I've done it more times since then in little ways and completely reinvented myself. I reinvent myself like every single month. This is how you're going to do it. So let's get into the steps. Step number one, you're going to open your journal and you're going to get out a fresh page on the left-hand side. Now, you're going to get really detailed and you're going to think about the person you want to be. You're not going to think about what you want to manifest, like if you want a new car, if you want a new boyfriend, if you want a job promotion. You're not going to think about that right now. What you're going to think about is the person you want to become. This person is your highest self, and this person has all your manifestations already. This person is not trying to manifest your manifestations. This identity, this new version of yourself already has everything you could ever dream of. Now, I want you to give that version of yourself an alter ego name. So this alter ego name could be something like Alexi 3.0, Alexi 444, Alexi 4.0. This could be like your middle name, Gigi, or this could be a completely different name like Stephanie. But you're going to give yourself an alter ego name. In this alter ego, this is your highest self. This is your new identity that has all of your manifestations, that has all of your everything you could ever dream of, right? So on this sheet of paper, you are going to write down every single facet of this new identity. You're going to write down every little thing about their life. What's their morning routine like? Their night routine like? What are their daily habits? Do they wake up at 6 a.m. and go to Pilates? How do they carry themselves? How do they stand? What's their posture like? How do they walk? How do they speak? How do they do their makeup? How do they brush their hair? What products do they use? What do they eat on a day-to-day basis? Who is in their life? How do they feel when they wake up in the morning? How do they feel when they go to bed at night? How do they feel every single second of the day? Are they married? Are they happy? Get really, really focused on the feeling, because feeling is the number one medium to your subconscious mind, which we will talk about later. But get very, very particular on how this new identity feels. You're just going to get so detailed. You're going to write every single thing. What kind of car do they drive? How do they feel when they drive that car? Get so detailed. The more detailed, the better. And this person is your new self. This is the person that you are going to become starting from this moment right now. Now, on the other side, on the right-hand side of your journal, you're going to write down your current name. So it could be Alexi, it could be, what I like to do is I like to do like Alexandra, which is my full name. You're gonna write down your name, and this is the past version of you. When you give the past version of yourself a name, it's going to be easier to let go of. So you're gonna give this person a name, okay? And then you're gonna write down all the facets of your current reality. So you're gonna write down your daily habits, your morning routine, your night routine. How do you feel when you wake up? How do you feel when you go to bed? Every single thing that you wrote down for your highest self, you're gonna write down every single one of those facets for the current version of yourself. Every single thing down to the details, like what do you look like? How do you walk? How do you do your hair? How long is your hair? How is your skin? Every single thing. How do you feel every single day? Write it all down. And now on a separate sheet of paper, you're gonna look at these two lists. Okay? And you're going to compare them. What doesn't align? What does your highest self do that you don't do? What do you do right now that your higher self does? So this is what I like to call an identity audit. Now on another sheet of paper, you are going to title it the name of your current self, of your past self. And then you're going to write down, this is my past reality. I let go. You're going to write down all the things that do not match from your current reality to your highest self. You're going to write that down. Next, on another sheet of paper, you are going to write down all the facets that do match, and you're going to title this your alter ego name. Now, your job in step number 2 is to let go, okay? You need to make room for a new version of yourself. You need to make space. You need to create that space in order for the new to come in. You can't just have a new identity, become a new person if you are still the old and past version of yourself. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna let this past version of yourself go, okay? Alexandra, she's gone. You're gonna hold a funeral for her. You're gonna do letting go, cleansing, releasing rituals for her. Hold her funeral, like legitimately prepare a funeral for your old self. And you're gonna do the shadow work for your old self. And I'm gonna make a whole separate video on exactly how you do your shadow work. That is healing any past traumas and facing your shadow and facing all the traumas and pain of your past. And really using that pain and alchemizing it into power, transforming that pain into power for the highest version of yourself. But you're gonna let this person go because listen, you cannot have a rebirth without death. And this can be honestly a very, very hard process to go through. This is not an easy process. This can create a lot of grief. This can create a lot of sadness. This can feel like a lot. But it is necessary. It is necessary to kill off the old version of yourself because if you don't, you're not gonna have space for this new version of yourself. And this can be done right now. You can hold a funeral for yourself right now. Now, shadow work and this cleansing and releasing process isn't gonna be like a one and done thing. Shadow work is something that you should be doing every single week. And I do come out with like workbooks every single month, new moon and full moon workbooks where full moons are the perfect time for releasing and cleansing and doing your shadow work. So if you guys wanna utilize my workbooks, I highly recommend you do that. It's very, very personalized to you and your own birth chart using astrology. Now, every single day, you are going to live life through the lens of Alexi 3.0, of your alter ego self. Now that you know exactly who this person is, you're going to embody that energy. So important. You're going to feel like her. You're going to make decisions like her. You're going to walk like her. You're going to talk like her. And what I like to do is I like to create affirmations for myself surrounding my alter ego. So for example, I will make sure I will create like a timer on my phone. Like in the morning, I think I have like a timer for 9 a.m., 3 p.m., and 9 p.m. saying, do your alter ego affirmations. So I will stop whatever I'm doing, and this will kind of like remind myself to put myself in the brainwave state, put myself in the mindset of my alter ego if I kind of just like forget a little bit. And what I'll do is I will get a mirror if I don't have access to a mirror, whatever, but I will say, I am Alexi Gigi 3.0. I am Alexi Gigi 3.0. I live in this reality. This is my reality. And make yourself feel the emotions. Make yourself feel how you would feel if you were Alexi 3.0. And that is so important because feeling is the #1 medium to your subconscious mind. Neville Goddard talks about this all the time. And every single morning when you wake up too, I love to do this. This is so important too because it really rewires your subconscious mind. But when you wake up in the morning and right before you go to bed at night, your brain is more suggestible to new information, right? Because right now you and me, we're at a beta brainwave state. Now, when you're in alpha and theta brainwave state, that is when you're more suggestible to the information, which occurs right as you wake up. You are in alpha still, okay? So that 15-minute window when you wake up, this is what you're gonna do. before you even like open your eyes in the morning, don't even check your phone, don't even do anything. Like just stay in bed and you're gonna visualize the life of your alter ego. You're gonna visualize that. You're gonna feel the emotions and you're gonna visualize it in your head. Okay, that is what you're gonna do every single morning. It takes 3 minutes out of your day. And you're gonna do that at night too, like literally right before you go to bed. And another thing that I love to do is creating a mind movie, which is basically like a video memory of your future. And I have a whole video on exactly how to make a mind movie, but you can make a mind movie based on your alter ego, on your new identity. And you can literally watch a movie of this alter ego every single day, and it will really, really put you in that mindset. Because the number one most important thing about all of this, about becoming this new identity, is really consistency. Okay, that's why like I'm stressing saying these affirmations 3 times a day to really put yourself in that mindset. It's all about that mindset shift. It's how you think and how you believe yourself to be, and you are wholeheartedly going to believe yourself to be this new identity. You are Alexi 3.0. You are not that old version of yourself. You are not Alexandra. That is not who you are. You held the funeral for her. She's literally dead, okay? You can't have rebirth without death. So the most important thing is for you to be consistent. And if you feel yourself falling back into that, you're going to do this whole thing over again, okay? And you're going to do meditations. Meditation is so important, especially right in the morning and right at night. And I do meditations every single month as well. You can find that on my website, alexigg.com. This meditation can really, really help rewire your subconscious brain, just in case you do have any blocks or any trauma or any pain from the past that you do need to work with. Meditation can really, really help with that and also get you into that alpha and theta brainwave state a lot easier. And shadow work is also very, very, very important to do. Your identity becomes your reality. That's where it all starts from. That's what everything stems from. It's all about that mindset shift, and it's about becoming that person instead of manifesting a specific thing. It's that energy shift within you that will determine what your physical reality looks like. I love you guys so, so, so much. I'm so grateful that you are here with me today. And if you like this content and you want to see more, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel or you follow me on Alexi Gigi Podcast. And if you guys want to see more videos on identity work, because I feel like I just scratched the surface on this because I want to introduce this to you guys, I can totally make a more in-depth video on this and exactly like the science and quantum physics on exactly how it works and give you more and more tips on this journey and how you can implement this into your everyday life, because it is a lifestyle. That's why I always say like manifestation is not just like a one and done thing. It is a lifestyle. It's like a mindset that you have to really, really focus on every single day of your life, because that is how you change your life. That is how you glow up. That is how you become the best version of yourself. None of the other things like 369 method, yes, those things help and those reinforce it, but it's up to you to change your identity. And I know you can do it, and I believe in you. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video.